Hello, everybody. This is Techstack. Just getting set up here. Give me 1 minute so I can notify everyone. And 3D model work is what we're going to be working on. So if you're familiar with the mod, you know Blue Boy's doing most of the 3D modeling. But we need some stuff sooner. And it's block form, right? And that is not the right program mod to open that. So we want to get to Blockbench because it seems to be easier to use than the other one. And let me get in the stream voice channel because I forgot to do that. Here we go. And let me do one more thing. We're going to open up that kind. We don't care about any of that because I don't know what it does. Really should look how to use this program, but I don't have time. And one more thing. There we go. Streaming on youtube.com/TechStackLP. Boop. Perfect. Okay, so what we're going to do here is I need to get a reference image first. And we're going to pull that from Google Images. If I do a Google image search, we are going to search for Star Trek Warp Core. And this is a basic of what we're gonna try and make. Yeehaw. Let's get to it. So each one of the so it's gonna actually be 3 different blocks to make this thing up, right? Because we want it to be a little bit bigger. So we're gonna need a base. Let's see. Wait, without what, Blue Boy? Okay. So let's get our base down first. Actually, you know what? I can probably type these in, right? Cool. And that'll be the base, the first block. So again, this is gonna be 3 different blocks. I need something in the center, aren't we? That's gonna be the actual warp core. We're gonna need some post going up from it as well. And again, it's not an actual work core, but I'm going to call it that for now because I don't have any better name for it. I mean, I know it's used for XP. It's going to be an XP collection device, and it'll probably end up being called XP Collector or something like that, but I'm a Star Trek fan. That's 14, 15, there we go. So that should be as tall as 1 block then. Yeah, let's first start naming stuff. Floor. Rods. And we're going to duplicate said rods. Actually, let's make a group. Call it rods. Boop. And put that inside there. And duplicate you. Move you to there. Duplicate both of these. Here you go.
Attack.
Move those there.
So the F takes first.
The what takes first?
My sister and I was racing to your stream.
Oh. Wait a minute. I'm not getting any. Oh, I gotta refresh the page. I wasn't seeing the chat or anything. Dang it. So
I'm gonna
I
mute
will.
myself
I didn't see any of
as
that.
I eat my sandwich. So
Okay. Restream isn't working either. What the heck? They must like
Yeah.
automatically turn off or something after a while.
figure I'd jump on the Discord and at least tell you.
Yeah, like, thank you, because I didn't realize it wasn't working. Hey, Blue Boy. Okay, so that'll be the outer piece, I guess, or the frame of it. Then we're gonna need some type of central core piece. Blue Boy, I'm working on what's gonna be our XP collector. Okay. Hmm. Position this right, so if we position it there, this program really needs like a top view, side view type thing. Maybe it's got it. So Blue Boy, if you look at this, the video, there's this below the stone thing and the characters in there, and the jump makes them jump. So you can control your character on that. And he's trying to jump to get stars. Protect snap, pivot tool. Yeah. It's just a little bit delayed though, so be patient with it when you do it. So if this is size 7, 6, so we do 7, 8, 8. That should be centerable. Yeah, that works. That's centered. So if we did... Not... There we go. So if we did... 10... What's the inflate mean? Oh, no way. Just like it blows it up. Oh. $10 might be a good size for it. If the freak would go to 11. So do I like Blockbench? Yeah, it seems pretty good. You know, I also liked Mr. Crayfish's thing, but this seems like it might be a little bit easier to use. The only thing I'm seeing it's missing is that viewport orientation. What? What? I didn't even notice those buttons up there before. Let's start. Oh. Oh, no way. You can paint those directly in here? Does it make the texture for you? Holy crap. Okay, yeah. I definitely need to look up videos on how to use this more. Okay, so we got size 12. So if we go down one more in each of these, that puts us back in the center, right? Yes, it does. Okay, so now if I rotate it along the y-axis, not that one, but that one. If I rotate it 45 degrees. Two buttons about halfway down the screen. Yeah. I got the textures, you can put them in here. I just didn't realize you can edit the texture directly in here. That's cool. this needs to be 2 lower, this needs to be 1 higher. Still be centered then. One of them creates blank texture. Gotcha. Okay. I'm not gonna mess with textures yet because I want to get the shape down, and then I'll go into texture stuff. Okay, man. That'll probably be a good plate for it. And then we'll call this core big. Oops. Caps lock was on. Or something. There we go. Add group. Call this one core. And under core big, we'll put that. Okay. And then we'll do a duplicate of that. And we'll move that up 2. Maybe 3. Okay, and then we'll do a duplicate of that again. But this time we're going to make it 2 smaller. Be 1 more this way and 1 more that way, wouldn't it? So that's centered. And then we're going to put it down 1 and make it 2 tall. So that gives us a nice little effect there, right? Should I group those 2 together and then repeat that? I think I should. So let's delete the core big there. Can you put a folder inside of a folder? You can, awesome. Core sections. Okay, and then do that. Now, can I copy this? I can. Awesome. And then this whole section needs to be positioned like that. Then we'll duplicate both sections. Can we duplicate both sections? Doesn't look like you can duplicate 2 sections, unless maybe I do that. No, it's fine. We'll do them one at a time. Boop, boop, boop. And then 1 more, right? Duplicate. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we need 1 more still. Okay. There's the core bottom. Okay, let's do textures now. EXP collector. See if we can save this somewhere. Blockbench files. Yeah, let's just save it in here. So we'll call it EXP collector just like that. The imported texture is not contained in the... Yeah, okay, that's fine. We'll just deal with it afterwards. UV rotation, okay. So let's paint now. The base, we'll want it to be a dark steel color. Can we paint on these? The surface does not have a texture, so let me just say select. Okay, cool. Can I select multiples? Not on this, but in edit mode I could, so just need to expand everything, it looks like. Texture, XP collector. Make color, really? Okay. Now, I might need to change some of these textures, right? But this is gonna work for now. So just paint. Okay, so this rods, floor, this gray color. Surface does not have a texture.
I'm voting for like purple and some type of like lime green
Purple and lime green for what?
for the center part.
But it's gotta be, did you see earlier or no? On stream?
I don't know.
Okay. It's gotta be XP colored. Or decided that color. Thank you, boy. It's a basic shape put in place to complete the look. Okay. For the stream, this is what Blue Boy just posted in Discord. Looks nice to me. Rotation. Well, if we lift that up and down at all with those pivot points, that's gonna be a pain for me to model it, but let's see how it works. If it was just one arm, I could do it real easy. Like one arm on each side. With it being two, then they need to kind of... It almost makes a vertical movement out of this, right? Instead of a rotated movement. Let's see what I have to do.
Well, your four bolt patterns with your two horizontal arms would have a rotation value, but everything else is straight.
Right, they would rotate up, right? But this would be straight, and as it's going straight up, it's actually also going to become closer. Or further away, depending on where it's at in the rotation. But it still remain vertical, and that's just going to be harder to do. Not impossible, but harder.
Yeah.
Let's see how to do it. I mean, the overall look looks good.
Yeah, it looks good.
It's gotta be a flood tool with this, right? Okay. Can I rename this? Properties. Floor. And let's get some just random variations like all the Minecraft textures have. A couple different colors in the same kind of area. Okay. And let's get the rods visible again. And create a new texture for those. EXP collector rods. Oh, and we can set a default color. Awesome. So let's make these more blue tinted. They will make them out of Azurium or something. Oh, wrong button. EXP collector rods. And let's all make this all lowercase to make my life simpler from a coding perspective. Properties. There we go. Okay, so this, if I apply this to untextured faces, cool. This one didn't do it though. Okay, I just realized these two. Oh, what the heck? Those two are in the wrong spot, aren't they? Flop.
Yep, it'd be one walk out, put right.
Okay, now we color the core. And we create a texture. EXP collector core. And this color is going to be a greenish color first. That. Confirm. On this though, go back to paint. And hide the cores, hide the floors. We see, can we get a paint dropper? Can, awesome. Okay, now that makes everything all the same all the way around, which isn't bad, but I prefer, I think, to have the UVs different, and we probably need to go to edit for that, don't we? There we go. So if we grab the south UV and made it there, maybe I'll select all these and edit them together. There we go. The west to be a different slice. East to be a different. North can be there. Up and down, we really don't care, because we're not gonna see them. Okay, so now we've done that. If we select those, go to paint, and we can paint each side to look different, right? So we got that side looking like that. We alt click that one. What's up?
I was laughing at Blue Boy's comment.
All I've seen is jump. Jump, 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 jump.
No, on Discord.
Oh.
Trailer.
Yeah, I figured those trailers were gonna be a pain. So that's what he's talking about. It's the reason we had a flatbed before.
The only thing I could think of is flip it around 180 and put the two front wheels up and put it on an angle.
Put around 180.
Well, I know that's going to be a nightmare to code though.
Yup.
So what was the stream about earlier today about the bagger?
About the bagger?
Yeah, you guys were talking about the bagger.
I think somebody was asking about
how
it.
to move a mountain.
Yeah, somebody was asking about the bagger, and we just started talking about how it can move mountains, basically. And I said, it can move mountains, but there's other things that are probably better at moving mountains, because you can swipe it side to side really good, but moving forward takes forever. And while you're moving it forward, you're burning fuel at like 4 times the rate of any other machine.
Yeah.
Which, you know all that from the Nether that we did.
Well, you haven't went over our mine in a while, have you?
No, I haven't. I'm not even sure if I've been in your mine, period.
Oh, well. If you go to our house, like in the back right of the house, there should be like a little building. Stairs going down.
Okay.
Just head down that and to the right. Yeah, Tinkerbell's been working on that quite a bit. And we figured out a small bug we can do with the bagger.
What's that?
Well, after you make your swipe, you move it 5 blocks forward. Or you pick it up and you move it 5 blocks forward and you place it back down. So you only stick half a can of fuel in it. That's usually enough to make it swipe once.
Wow. Yeah. So I've known that picking the machines up is kind of a little bit of an exploit for a while, right? It
Oh yeah.
didn't really do anything about it. You know, people can play the game how they want, right? It's up to them, but things like that can really ruin it for you, I guess. What I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you wanted it to.
Well, you can't keep that thing fuel enough to make it move forward.
Right. All those are about the same relative size if we do it that way, so I'm okay with that. We're never going to see the top and bottom, actually, so it's probably okay.
Of the small square, yeah.
Of any of them. They're all going to be covered. Oh yeah, the top and the bottom of the bigger one, you'll see the outer edge, if that's what you're saying.
Yeah. And if you ever get below it, then you'll see the underneath of it.
Right. Well, there's a floor block underneath it. That's what I'm saying. You won't see it from under there. When I turn everything back on, this is what it'll look like for this block. This is one of 3 blocks to make up this machine. Okay.
What was the comment you said earlier in the stream? What we're gonna call it? For
This?
now? Centrifuge.
This is going to be the XP collector.
Yeah, I know that.
No.
I'm
What?
sitting here trying to figure out a name for it.
The XP collector.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't have a better name for it.
What you thinking?
I don't have a better name for it. XP collector, so I'm
Oh.
going with unless I get up with a better name.
So that I got a better name.
Nope. And
Okay.
this needs to glow in an animation. It's only 3 blocks. Oh gosh. If I do this intelligently, I can make it easy on myself, but not sure how to achieve that in this program. So that'll be fun. I need to go into edit mode on these cores. Awesome. The little block and the big block are both called big.
How many downloads we got?
Oh, it's just that section of it. Awesome. Just a second. I'll show you.
Okay.
So let's move this down 1. This down 1. Oh, I didn't do it to all of these. Okay. I will show you. I want to look myself, so it was well over 200, but I don't know what it is now because I haven't looked in quite a while today. One of them has a bigger than the rest. That very bottom one has a bigger UV map. So we'll want to fix that. It's still bigger. There we go. Now what about the down? Perfect. Okay, so let's look up the mod. Author's Curse Forge. Mod dashboard. View projects. Whoa. Did it just go nuts today or something? No, 291. So, almost 300 in 3 days. So 100 a day. Not bad.
Yeah. 100 per day.
I would say we're getting people coming to the stream saying, I just found your mod. Right? So it's getting attention again.
That's always good.
Okay, let's save this one.
Yeah, I remember like 3 people joined on Discord today. It's like, okay, hi.
Yeah, it was when I was streaming. XP collector. Oh, what? What's to say the XP collector? Rods? Okay. And the core. Okay, and I'm gonna cancel that one. Because this didn't save its name properly. It should be lowercase. Close. Save as. XP collector, but lowercase, please. That's why it's not changing its name. It's because the file exists and Windows is dumb and can't replace a file with a different case name if you change the name. It just replaces the, or thinks the file is already there and says no, you can't do that. Okay, so now we can save the Blockbench file. And this will be exp collector base. Okay, and now we need to create a new model. So I guess a new project, or okay, and the file name is going to be exp collector mid. Confirm. We're going to import textures for those 3. Okay, and then we're going to create a cube and get this thing going. We can actually have this plate in one, I guess, and then size would be what, 14? We did that in 14. Okay, and the color we're going to change it completely, I think.
So is this the upper or the lower part?
This is the middle part.
Okay.
So we're going to have another texture. And we'll call this one exp collector shell. Core shell. And its color is going to be a dark bluish gray. Okay, and we're going to apply that to this one. Okay, and we're going to go paint mode. And we're going to do what? Well, let's first go to edit mode. Where are UVs at for this thing? The shell itself is not going to be animated, but the XP collector core I would like to animate.
You want to have that as a glowy bit and underneath it spins or something?
That is the glowy bit, and underneath it spins.
The very bottom of the base, the center of it spins.
It wasn't gonna
the next part up.
spin. I was gonna animate it so like it. Did you see the earlier stream?
No, I just got home.
Okay.
I've been working on the farm all day.
Yeah, it's fine.
And welding.
So it's gonna have an animation color scheme like this, so it's like XP colors.
Yeah.
And
oh, those are bright.
Those are bright and trippy. Yep. Can't actually place these down anywhere. I go into the bleak dimension. Let me show you better. In block form, what they look like. So here they are. I've got it working so that if XP touches a full-grown bleak crystal, it turns it into this infused one.
Oh, that is cool.
It turns into the fused one. You give it more XP and it starts leveling up. And it levels up based on the amount of XP it absorbs. The more XP, the more it will level.
Oh, that is cool, Tech.
So this is the fully charged one or infused one, right? And then you can harvest that and get this item. This item will be used to make the thing we're working on. And that's kind of the animation. Like, I want it to go... So if you've seen Star Trek, right? I'm assuming the Next Generation?
Yeah.
The warp core?
Yep.
How the light goes up through it? I kind of want to have that type of thing with this. Where it's like the
Okay.
XP glow travels up through it.
Yeah.
It might look stupid. I don't know. But we're going to give it a go.
I think we need to tone down the flashing of the crystals, maybe, on the timing.
Yeah, the timings should be easy to change.
Okay.
It's a text file to edit. Oops, and info. Let's
So
see.
can you replant the full-grown versions or not?
No, the fully infused ones
Okay.
you cannot replant. If you break them before they're fully infused, you won't get an infused one. You'll get a bleak crystal out of it. Okay, so that's kind of the center line. So if I make this too tall, just for insanity, that is the center line. So we need to have cores in here. Is there a way to import stuff? JSON models. Saves the model texture animation by overwriting files. No. So I want the prior one. It's objects. Well, let's save this first. Okay. XP collector, BB model, mid. Okay. And the core shell, sure. Okay, I don't care about your stupid changes in the paths. Base. Okay. Can I select this and copy it somehow? There's no copy, is there? Oh, copy there, okay. Then go to the mid and paste it. Oh, I can, yes! So much work just got saved. So if I do texture, XP core, there we go, perfect. Okay, and then let's save this. I thought we already saved the shell, whatever. Okay, and then go base again. Base goes all the way up to that block. So, back to mid. We need to shift all of those down. Okay, and then that means this can get deleted. This core section here can get deleted. Okay. This needs to go 2 higher. And down 1. Okay, now can I make this smaller? Okay, and then add a new cube.
You should try to do some Minecraft circles to this thing.
Did you just say circles?
Yes.
Why should I do circles?
Minecraft circles.
Why would I do circles?
Because it looks funny in block form.
Oh. So if I make this the texture of the XP core, and I make it this corner,
No, I like the purple color.
did you? It's supposed to be like a window into it kind of thing. Okay, and then I go paint mode. I pick up some weird colors. Can't tell if it's actually painting it. It's so subtle. Okay, it is. That's probably enough. Okay, now if I duplicate this nub, it shall be a nub. Trying to. How the heck do we duplicate it?
Copy and paste.
Yeah, but there was a duplicate option there before. Oh, I know, we're not in edit mode.
So, what, blue boy?
How's the weather? Just fine.
Cold. Warmer than yesterday.
Warmer than yesterday. It's still comfortable though. I don't mind this weather we've been having lately. I'd rather have a little bit of this kind of weather compared to 80s, 90s all the time.
Yeah. For some reason, I think you need that little purple to that.
Hmm?
A little bit of dark purple. I think it would make it pop a bit more.
What, for the shell thing here? This blue?
For the windows.
Do you know the girl, Blue Boy? I just seen your other message. Oh, you're saying that's the best pickup line? Oh, okay. Is it a dark purple? I don't remember what the color was now.
Yeah, like something a little bit darker. Yeah, something like that.
Says the person watching on a delay to the person who's like 10 seconds ahead.
I know. So I gotta sit there and gauge on how long it's gonna take you to say, oh, okay, that.
So I'm circling it right now. Is that the color?
You're funny.
Oh,
You're
wow,
not circling
Blue Boy.
a color.
Huh? Yeah, there's a color there. Okay, I'm just gonna go with it. We'll try applying that to the core shell. Although I did name it core shell. That color you're saying. That kind of has more of an ender feel to it. At that color.
I'm talking about the see-through windows, but okay.
If they're not, if they're see-through, they would see through to the XP core, the XP
True.
stuff. That's why I colored
Very
them
true.
out. But even then, they're sticking out, right? They're not really see-through if they're sticking out. They're, oh, maybe if they're a window, they can stick out, I guess. So this needs more cores sections. So I'll paste more of those in. Let's also group those into nub section. And let's name this thing core shell, just so that when I'm working on it later, I'll know what's what. Okay, and that needs to be moved up then. Okay, and it needs to be textured.
You had a good time at your event?
Yeah, it went well. Sciences and his friend went in the tournament, got their butt handed to them on the first 2 matches, because like you had to lose against 2 different people to be eliminated. They lost their first 2 matches.
What was they playing?
Smash Brothers on the Switch, and they sit down. The other people sit down and pull out of their bags their controllers that they brought with them, and they plug them into the Switch. And I'm thinking,
Yep.
This is like the Simpsons meme where the guy's sitting on the kid's sitting on the back of the bus. He's like, "I'm in trouble." It was bad. So.
Yeah, that's one of those competitions I know I'm not going to win at.
Yeah.
Unless I'm playing Kirby. Yeah. Then I just tick everybody off.
And like, I'm making fun of it, but they did pretty good for like not. But the one guy not my son's friend that went with him to be in this started playing Smash like 2 weeks ago, right? So they just didn't have a chance against these people that are actually playing this for competitive reasons. So.
Oh yeah.
Can you look
Blue Boy, a bucket wheel loader.
And model sometime. A forklift.
Bucket.
Make everyone happy with the forklift.
Yeah, forklift as well. Bucket wheel loader and a forklift.
A forklift with the fork side so it'll pick up a single block. I don't know if I ever told you what I have in mind for that, did I? $15. I think this needs to go 1 higher, doesn't it? So if I make a brand new block, make it 16 high. It's outside the bounds, so 15 is inside the bounds. So 15 this way would be inside the bounds. Oops.
Respond on YouTube if you heard us, Blue Boy.
I can't tell if that's really the same height or not. Oh wait, what am I doing? I can do this. Move it to the center. That is the same height. So that's how high this thing needs to be. Right? I wish this had like a bounding to show the whole size of everything. And that's cool. Toggle wireframe. Toggle quad. Oh my gosh, I just love this program more now. This is what it was missing. Yes. Oh, and you can resize them.
At all different angles and everything. Oh my goodness.
The quad view is like
That
your
is cool.
whatever angle you want, the top, the side, and the top, the side, and the front view. Every 3D program should have that,
Yeah.
and I'm like, why doesn't this one? But it does. I just didn't know it. What else don't I know about? So it's under View, Toggle Quad View. You learn a lot when you just start clicking on crap. Oh, there's a center? Oh, yes. I want to know how tall a block should actually be. Do I need an extra base in there to make it fit? I don't know, because that's going to throw off my next block if I don't. Yeah, I guess I could make this work. What's that?
Block?
Huh?
How tall is the block?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what scale
regular
this is using to say that it should be X tall.
It should be 16 blocks tall.
So I should
Right.
position it at 15, making it 1 tall?
Okay.
Or if I make
guess
it
I'm trying to figure out.
16, there we go. So if it's 0 tall, it's just a flat plane, and that is at 16. So that's probably it,
Ah, okay.
I think. I don't know. We'll find out. So I'm going to delete that. Now I need to get the rods in here still, because the rods need to connect up to this base, or this core shell. You know you can make all those colors on the side one PNG file, right? I get what you're saying, but not all of these textures are going to be in every one of the 3 models. And with what you're doing, they have to be in one. With what I'm doing, they're separate blocks, and they can all point to different ones, and it's okay. But the drawing of the machine through the code we use to draw it, it can only bind, well, it can bind more than one, but for each section it's drawing, it can only bind one. If that makes any sense. Like each object. My net is getting laggier. Peace out. Okay. Later, Blue Boy. Have a good night, man.
Bye.
Core shell. Yes. Okay, whatever. Let's paint this some more. Let's grab the color. That's our color. Let's get a darker shade. Paint randomly.
I just now realized the track loader's on the test server.
I don't know if you can craft it though.
No, but I can go in creative and grab it.
Yeah. The advantages of being opt.
Yes.
Okay, so we need to make this taller, obviously. Is there a way to edit all of these at once? UV window. That's easier.
Can't you
to
like
use.
highlight all?
Well, the UVs. They're
No.
weird. How tall is that side? This is 4 tall, so the UV should be 4 tall. It's 2 tall. 3, 4. Do this. There we go. What the heck? That was weird. That's the most buggy thing I've seen out of this program.
The minimize?
Yeah, like I went to close the little window that was the UV editor and it like freaked out the big window somehow. Did not like it. Okay, and then let's grab a lighter color as well. There's some of these boo-boos that are next to each other. That's probably a better color. There we go. So if we turn everything back on, get that. Let's save this. Put, edit, save project as XP collector mid, save. Yes. Okay, now we need to go back to the base, grab a rod. Actually, let's grab all 4 rods if we can. Copy. Go to mid and paste. Oh, really? The rods are in the wrong spot? I guess we can make that work. That'll be okay. But the rods need to be taller. So the rods should be positioned at 0 and go up to 16. Okay. Now we can save. Wait a minute, what's the texture these are at? I have the wrong texture, that's what's wrong. Texture XP collector rods. There we go. I think it's gonna look cool when I'm done. Or at least I hope it will. Save. And with this copied still.
Just missed it.
And I guess we can copy the core section as well. Can we get both of those? That'll do. Copy that. Go file, new project, Java block item. And this will be X. Is it EXP? It's gotta be EXP. Selector top. And paste. Well, I guess the core section, okay. So save project. Go into mid. Grab the rod section, copy. Top, paste. There we go.
Ooh, a bobcat.
Where you see Bobcat?
No, the new Blue Boy was asking about equipment. A bobcat.
Oh,
Something kind of small.
yeah. If you want to make a small hole or something with dirt.
Yeah.
Copy that.
You also need to get a hand compactor, concrete compactor of some sort.
Concrete compactor for what?
Asphalt compactor.
Oh.
So when the big one misses like a single block, you don't spend half an hour trying to run over it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I've done that once or twice. Let's go with that.
Base. With the floors, hold on. Copy the floor. Okay, I copied the wrong thing, I think. Top. There we go. Then we put the floor. And put 15. And then the rods need to come down a block. 15 high. Okay, then we need to import all of our textures we've got so far for the XP collector and start assigning stuff. So these core sections we need to duplicate again. Duplicate. Watch this to be off by like 1 block. Oh, it's perfect. Yes. I was afraid it was going to be off by just a little bit. Okay, good. We can take this outside of that though. That can be outside of that. That can be outside of that. Okay, let's select all of those. And say, really? Texture, core. Okay, the rods, texture, rods. Floor.
Skeleton farm got upgraded.
On server?
The skeleton farm down at your guys' place.
What'd you do?
Go take a look at it at some point.
Okay. Save project. Okay, so now I need to export this to a block model. And XP collector top.json. Okay, and then recent base. Export. What? Okay, that's XP collector base and the mid. Export block model. Save. Okay. So now if I go to that folder, I have all sorts of cool stuff in here. So view by details. Okay, modified will work. There's our 3 JSON files. If we open these up and say notepad, blockbench files, XP collector is the path on that. So that's wrong, obviously, but we can fix that later. We're gonna grab all of these here. Hey, how does this export it as? Made with blockbench, textures, elements. It's just all right in one file. Okay. So is this the block state file? It can't be. This is the block model, not the block state, which is probably good for us. So if I copy those into models block, and then the images get copied from here as well into textures block. Okay, and then the files we put into models, we look at one of these other ones under block. It says machine mod mods and then the texture name, right? So we'll need to change these to be the same. They have no context right now without that, so there we go. And we'll need to edit the image for the XP collector core to make it animated as well. Okay, so but first we need some blocks. So let's get those added to the game as fast as I possibly can, because I'm running out of time quickly here to stream. Unfortunately. Machine mod. What's crate? Crate is a container, so it needs a tile entity. We will want tile entity for these. It's going to slow me a bit, but we can probably do something with that. So actually, let's do the assembly table instead, because its code's probably a little simpler. So let's do this. Machine EXP collector. There it is. We'll go into the references file and create our machine EXP collector. EXP collector. Go back to the block file. This is our collector. We'll change that. Keep it on the blocks tab. Metal's good. We're gonna get rid of that, because we don't care about that. It's looking for whether or not we drop stuff. There's an inventory. There's not gonna be an inventory on this, but we will need to do some special case later. So I'll add a to-do to this, I guess. To do. Give the XP. AKA crash the server if you've got too much XP in it. It is a model based. I think we're good. What we don't have here is the different states that we're going to need, because we need 3 different variants of this based on a property. So if we look at something like the conveyor, wherever the heck that is, the conveyor, we need some properties to work with. Get rid of all these other files here. Assembly table is not needed anymore. Just these 2. Nope. So we're going to create a property. It's not a bool. It is section. And it's not property bool, it's going to be property int. Or integer, probably. Yeah, integer. And it's going to be called section. And it's going to be a value between 0 and 2. Okay, that's fine. Save that, and then we need some meta values. Meta from state and state from meta. Need both of those. Okay, and we're gonna say it's gonna be with the properties section. It's not an enum facing. It's just going to be the meta value. And this is going to be returning states get value, get index. We don't need to cast it to enum facing. You can just forget the value of its section and return it. Okay, then we need a block states file that's going to have this value for its name. So we're going to create a new block state file, this.json. There it is. Okay, we've got that open, so we're going to go to say something that's directional or something like that. Machine mod conveyor would be great right now. Hollow scanner is directional as well. Although that's the wrong one. We want the conveyor, because the conveyor uses default models, not OBJ files. Where are you?
Doesn't the blink dimension stone glow?
The bleak dimension, it does.
Yeah.
The glowing of it's something different than what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to just link everything together. I'll do the glowing in a, well, I'd say in a bit, but I don't know if I'm going to get to it now. Tonight, we'll see. Section equals 0. What I'm trying to do now is make this single block have 3 different appearances based on whether it's the top, middle, or bottom, basically. I've already screwed it up like an idiot. 1, 2, 3 values, please. We don't rotate any Y value. And it's going to be a 1, a 2, and a 0. And the model that's going to be used for each of these is going to be based on that 1, 2, or 0. And that is in here, but it hasn't been refreshed, so refresh. And we'll see the new ones in here. Okay, save. So the base is going to be 0. Mid's going to be 1. 2 is going to be top. Okay, and then we need to register the block. And this new block is EXP collector. Did we grab one with this container? We did. Where's the tile underneath? So it's going to create a assembly table, which is not correct, but it'll get us going for visuals, I think. Unless the assembly table does something funny like look to see what the block is. So here, copying from the assembly table, which is right up at the top. Awesome. So we're going to put that in. Take that, change this to that, and we'll call this machine. Gotta give it this name exactly, otherwise it's gonna give an error. Machine XP collector, okay. Save. Yeah, go ahead and terminate because you're gonna have to restart anyway. So this. Okay. Just registering the block, registering the block as an item. iReaper getting its rendering taken care of.
Somebody's not here?
Yeah.
Machine. Mod block. Machine.
Everybody on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe to Tech.
Thank you. I completely forgot to promote myself. Thanks. EXP collector. There we go. Hey, if this works on the first try, that at least deserves a like, because it's highly unlikely to not work. Or highly unlikely to work. I said that backwards. Because I just added a whole bunch of code, and I know there's one thing that's completely wrong, and that's the tile entity registering. Is that why it crashed? Console. Why did it crash? Block state collector container. Cannot get property integer section. He doesn't have a block state container from each. What? What? Okay, what's something that has an integer value? The bleak crystal does. Its age is the integer. Get meta from state. Where are you? Oh, we had to cast it to an integer. Is that it? I'll allow it, Reaper.
Huh?
Your message it got auto blocked for some reason.
To subscribe?
Yeah.
How? I was
YouTube.
telling people to subscribe to you.
Oh, I know. I get it. I get what you're trying to do, but YouTube probably thinks,
Oh, they're thinking about subscribing to me.
yeah,
Yeah.
because that's probably what a
Killing
lot
all
of
your
people do.
viewers.
Poaching my viewers. Let's try this again. See if it works.
Come subscribe to me.
Well,
YouTube can't do anything to
the
me.
view count is me, you, Eagle, and one other person.
That'd be 4 people than I have.
I've already subscribed to you. I can't subscribe to you twice.
I'll make a second channel. I'll be right back.
What am I doing wrong here?
You haven't subscribed to my second channel.
You haven't created your second channel. You're not that fast.
I do. It's up already.
Bull.
Do you remember every time you're like, "Is that you?"
Oh,
It's the
oh
second
yeah.
Ramon Rodriguez.
Yeah, you got like 400 channels. I forgot.
Nah, just 3. And once there's school, another one, I lost the password, and the one I use.
You lost the password to one. Oops.
I mean, technically, I didn't lose the password. It's just that it won't let me log in because it's telling me to go to my email. But I lost the email. So, yeah.
There we go. This is the piece I was missing. You lost the email. Like, you don't know the password to the email again?
What was that?
You don't know the password to the email or something?
Yeah. No, I think it was like. I'm not. No, I think it's like if I try to log in and I use a password, it tells me this is not your computer or something. You have to like do the second. What is that? Second security option, and it's either send an email to another email that does not exist, or send an like a phone message to a phone that doesn't exist.
Are you
And
sure it's
now I
your
have-
account?
Yeah. It is my account though. It's like the one I had since I was like 12.
Oh.
And it was like a girl, like you know how you to be able to make
That was when
like
you
the
were a girl?
Hotmails? No, you know Hotmails? Like to make a Hotmail you actually have to have another account and someone had to make it for you.
Yeah. Oh, she did it
A
for
friend
you?
of mine made it and I was like when I was like 13 or 12. And she's in Mexico somewhere. And I'm pretty sure she doesn't have her email.
We're halfway there. Okay, so what is the name of this? So if I set block at this
Ooh,
So I
location.
need to undo my like, right, Tech?
Yeah, I know. I knew it was a dangerous statement to make. It's playing with fire. Machine, EXP, collector, value 0. Okay, and then I go on top of that. I do it again, but with value 1.
Jack, he's working on a Minecraft mod, heavy equipment. And what this is now is an XP collector of some sort.
That's what it's supposed to be. Okay, so if the textures were working, that would do it. That's correct. Yeah, all 3 states are a different model.
I know you just said it, but what is this?
An XP collector.
XP collector?
Yeah. So
It's
it's
a human.
kinda. But you don't have to stand there to collect it. Like, so I'm also gonna make this collect XP at a rate that a per player can't, basically. If anything's within its range, it's just getting sucked into it immediately. That way we could use something like the Ender and put this bad boy underneath it, and it'll collect, 500 levels of XP.
Yeah.
You should make a XP bottle.
That's
Well,
kind of what this is, but we don't have bottles set up or anything. We might be able to hook it into a canning system or something.
Can we make a bazooka that runs out of that? It just shoots the XP and it actually damages the player. It actually, after it damages the player, it actually hits like the XP. It literally it's a ball of XP and it just explodes in your face.
Like an XP the size of a block, right? Like an XP orb that big.
Yeah, depending on how much XP you put in the gun.
I was thinking the same thing as Reaper was, but I
Oh,
wasn't
wait.
able to say it.
XP bazooka.
I don't know if either
Not
one of
quite
you've
a
seen it.
bazooka, but more of a cannon.
So you guys know about Death Cube, the plugin that we play with vanilla, right? We
Yeah.
did a Forge mod of this too. And one of the things I made was a rocket launcher with like an RPG, right? So I've already figured out how to do it at one time. It shouldn't be that hard to do. Just
Copy
make it as XP. I've also made mini-me's before. That was fun.
The crystal doesn't go all the way across.
Mini doesn't go
What is
across.
that you're holding in your hand? Is that a shiny dill
No.
pickle?
Yes, it's a pickle. Where's the stupid... There it is. And show Reaper. So you remember the crystals in the Bleak Dimension Reaper?
Yeah.
So when they're fully grown... You gotta find one's fully grown. There's one that's fully grown. If XP orbs hit them now,
Oh.
they become infused. If you continue to give them more and more XP, they become more and more infused.
Oh.
Until they're fully infused like that. And once they're fully infused, you can harvest them and get this XP infused bleak crystal. This XP infused bleak crystal will be used to craft this XP
Shiny
collector.
pickle.
Yes.
You should make it so your mobs actually once they're fully grown with that XP, they actually pick it up and they just take it away. Can you do that?
So one of the things I wanted to do was with those crystals like that, have those XP stalkers swarm them basically. Like they're attracted to those because that's their food source, right? That has always been their food source. It's just we never had XP, like a
You think
really potent
Do you think
XP.
you'd be able to have it so they come down, pick it up, and then just run away with it?
Maybe like an Enderman kind of. So
it
let
makes
me
it harder
figure
to
out this
harvest.
texture thing first, because my wife's telling me that
Sure.
our dog needs fed, or needs let outside. Not found. Config what? Oh, that's the blueprint stuff. I don't care about that. You still have my blueprint here. XP collector inventory. I don't care about the inventory one yet. So I didn't create the inventory one. So those textures are not found. XP collector rods. Oh, really, Eclipse? Did you make me lose subscribers?
You can't give a like if you're not signed in anymore. That sucks.
Kind of makes sense though.
Yeah. But the thing is, before you used to be able to refresh the page and just keep spamming the like button. The
Okay,
person would have,
Jackson. So the below the stone thing is there is a group of indie developers who I'm trying to support, who have their game on Kickstarter, and that's the name of their game. So check it out. It's also, they have a Steam page up for it, but it's not available yet because it's not fully made. But that is the logo for them, and then all the characters running across the bottom of the screen. One of them is going to have your name above it. Those are characters from that game as well. So here it is with the texture, guys.
I think we need something After we get the glowy on it, I think we need to. I don't know. I like it, but I think we need to work on it, the top to make it a little bit different somehow.
Yeah, seeing the height of it, like the core sections here can definitely be shorter, which means the top or the bottom thing could be bigger as well, right? Like we could move that up to take up 3 more cubes of that model or whatever, right? So we can
don't know
put
how
something
that
with it. I'm just saying we could like
I don't know.
do something with it then.
Make it split.
Can you not make
Spin.
it shiny?
Oh, spin.
Yeah, I want to make it shiny. I just haven't animated the texture yet.
Oh.
But hey guys, let me let my dog out before she goes on the floor out there. So I'll be back in a
Okay.
minute.
Those look like air pipes, like for the buildings, for the to transfer the air. I like them.
And I did mention we should probably have that spin in the center as well. Like slowly, but spin slowly.
Ooh.
That was my thought. So I agree with Jack on that. But the thing I just thought of is the light show on it, make it so it kind of goes up like an elevator, just go whoop, whoop, and just continue.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah. So what are you playing, Reaper?
Is the stream still going?
Yeah, the stream's
Yeah.
still on.
Okay, I'll be professional. Or not.
So you're working on your homework.
I'm watching a video, and after this video, I'm gonna do my homework. Ooh, candy cane.
See, it's a dangerous thing to leave us tech.
I know.
Because I think everybody's agreeing it needs to spin.
Use. No, that's copyrighted. I can't say no. I'm surprised he didn't take his phone with him.
Probably did. Danger! Danger! Oh, what was it? Danger! Danger! It's not Robinson, but
The guy
Ranger
from
danger. Ranger Danger.
Are you
Yeah,
talking
that-
about the Buffalo Wizards?
Talking about like the robot.
Uh,
It comes running in.
he probably got that. from-
Danger! Danger! Will Robinson. That's what it was. Thank you.
I'm back. I'm live.
Oh, hey.
Back?
Hi.
Back?
Hey.
So
Hey,
many
how you
messages
doing?
of danger and radiation. Make it
Yeah,
spin.
you left your stream on.
Yeah, I know.
I was warning you. I almost forgot.
Oh wait, it was dangerous just because you were here.
Yeah. An eagle.
Ah, Eagle should be
I'm not
okay.
dangerous.
You're dangerous, Reaper. We all know that.
I mean, you should be ashamed if you don't know that I'm dangerous.
Blocks. So EXP collector core. So we want to edit this one. Oh boy, so this will be fun. So this is an image that should be 16 by 16. So we're going to change the canvas size. Yep, 16 by 16 to 48. And this should be our first color. I guess it doesn't matter which one's first, really. We'll cycle through.
Well,
so.
Go through the crystals, because it looks like as soon as you get the orange, it just goes back to 0 instead of flashing the orange across the screen as well.
Instead of flashing the orange across the screen as well. What do you mean by that?
If you go back to the crystal that was you're holding in your hand, it shows the orange for like it shows orange for like 1 second and doesn't go across the screen.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be traveling left to right. It's just cycling through colors.
Yeah.
It kind of ended up looking like it's traveling left to right or whatever, but that wasn't intentional. I don't know how dangerous Deagle is.
Now she's just telling on me.
2. That's 1. So... Boy. I might need to go change the UVs on all these then. Top and bottom we don't care about. It's only this. No, we do care about tops, don't we? That top. Or is it because this one is the wrong one? Are you gonna get me banned from YouTube? Is that what it is? What this is about?
I'm gonna go make a churro. I'll be right back.
That was not the response I wanted for that kind of question.
What? What was the question?
I asked, are you gonna get me banned from YouTube? And you say, I'm gonna go make a churro. Like you're avoiding the question.
Sorry, I didn't hear the question.
It's
Somebody
just
was
funny.
yelling at me.
It's fine. So I moved that top away, but that top away. But this is too tall. These need to be adjusted. Okay. Well, we can go back and do that, I guess. Yay. Let's get the colors first. Or maybe it won't matter. I don't know. We'll see. So let's get this color first. And flood fill that in as a base. Merge layers. G. Flood fill. Cool. Then we need the darker color, which is that. Okay, and then we need the lighter color. Let's get the darkest dark color. Go with that one. There we go. Now we can do this. Select just this section. Nope. Whoa. Pick the darkest of the dark on this. Go. Lightest of the light. middle of the mids. And then mids. Can we just move that down? We can. Cool. Save, and then that's our name there. Where is it? Get that name. Okay, and then create a new file in this folder. And file that.
Derby, I'm going to go get a churro.
Fanta. The one that Eagle made for you? Some models. We want the texture folder. Blocks. And it's going to be something EXP collector shell. There we go. And we want this value. Save. And we can go F3T and watch it reload. Now what this isn't going to do is it isn't going to travel up it like I want it to, but we'll get there. I have to edit all the UV for that to work. Wow, that's trippy.
I think that's a little too fast on the color difference.
Yeah. It's also not the exact animation I want it to do, but it is flipping through the colors. We got it actually animating. You know, from back here, it doesn't look bad at all. Might be too fast. It should be the same rate as the other things. Let's see, so if I do that, no, it gives us all that one. Okay. Where's my portal? They're cycling at the same pace. Now I can certainly make it rotate or whatever like we're talking about, but that's a different way of rendering it. But if I did that, then I could control better the glowing effect and make it relative to how much XP it's actually got stored in it.
Okay, quick question. Can we extend the playlist so it's longer going through it?
We We can, but if it's the same 3 frames, then we can just slow it down too.
True. I don't know if it was easier to do one or the other.
Well, that's how hard it is to change the frame rate. Change the 4 to a 2 or whatever. I don't know if that's going to make it faster or slower, though. Maybe make it faster, which we want to go slower, but I'm just not sure which way to go. So I'm trying slower first, or smaller numbers first. That's faster. Let's make it 8, so it's twice as long as what it was a minute ago. And that'll make it out of sync with the other block, which I don't care. Still pretty fast, actually. It's not as fast. What you may not have seen when you were doing churros was I need to edit the UVs on all these, and that's going to be a bunch of rework, so it's not going to happen tonight. If I wanted to make it pulse the color change up vertically through it, right? So the color change starts here and then goes that direction through the whole thing.
Yep.
Kind of like my conveyors, right? They're just one animation, but they're timed so that they sync together. So that when one belt gets to its end, the other one's starting.
Well, can you separate the center and back to your sections and then change your sections on different times?
I'm sorry, I didn't follow that at all.
Okay. You remember each of your center column sections have that as a different time where it starts in the
in the animation, yeah.
And just do it that way.
Yeah.
I
So
know that's a bit of timing issue, but
the problem I have is I want to just take like these pixels up here in the animation and have it loop through that way, but the tops are messed up. So this top of this block is directly underneath this. So and this side overlaps that top as well. So in order to make the animation go through it, I kind of need this side there, like I've got it, and this to be down here, and then this top to be out of that too, so that nothing overlaps, and then I can do the animation. But I didn't. So there's that. But this side doesn't even need to be here. It needs to be down beneath this, I think, actually. So it'd be this side glows, then the top glows, then this side glows, right?
So we making it go up the column, or?
Yeah, I'm trying to. Just trying to think through how to do that. It may not be as easy as what I think. Reaper is attacking you in stream avatars for some reason.
Whee!
I got nuts.
Wow.
I couldn't find any churros. I got nuts.
Fusion.
And some tea.
Check out what we did with it. I'm gonna change the animation on it, but that's what we did.
Ooh, timer's done.
Churro time. So Fusion, this is a warp core from Star Trek, basically. But that's not what we're gonna use it for. It's gonna be our XP collector. Good. Glad you love the crystals. Like, I knew how to animate from this, right? I want to get a... So, you know how these are seamlessly going into each other, right? So, the belt ending spot where they're fused together, right, goes from one to the next seamlessly. When this block's animation ends, this one starts, right? They're timed together. I want to do that with a glowing effect going up through this, like the Star Trek from the Next Generation's warp core type effect, right? So this part that lights up on the warp core would travel from the bottom to the top, or top from bottom. I want to do that type of thing with this, but for now it's just cycling the whole thing through, because I gotta redo all the UVs on these because they're messed up. That's why we're back in Blockbench talking through this. The top is directly underneath this side, which is okay because I can make this side glow, then this part glow all together. The next part that should glow though is this, right? And currently it's up there, and that means that it's going to glow when this glows, and that's not right. So I need to redo all the UVs on all of these for 3 different block models in order to get it to work right. But I'm out of time for tonight. Like, it's too late to do that. I also might need to take into account the bottom as well, right? So that bottom edge needs to glow as well. So maybe the bottom needs to be over on this side or something. I don't know.
Are you gonna make it like a multi-block structure where the bottom just disappears and it connects straight?
So yes, my plan is you'll either need to place all 3 of them, or place the bottom one and it automatically sets the other 2 blocks. I don't know. But if you break any of them, it'll break all of it.
You could also take the flashing glow design and offset it, so it's not like a solid line going up through it, but a diagonal line going up through it.
That'll be harder because the sides, each one's basically repeating the same texture. Unless I misunderstand what you're saying, which is a possibility.
If you go back to where you did the transfer of the blocks, or how you color difference the blocks, and took, let's say, 3 lines of those and put one up and one down. See what I'm saying from that?
Yeah, but I still gotta correct the UVs no matter what, I think.
Yeah.
Because right now they're overlapping. So this section, this line here, and this texture, and this part of this frame of that texture, and this part of this frame of that texture are used in multiple spots on the block. So they'll animate together, which is why like this section here matches this. That's probably exactly what it is. That dot and that dot is that dot and that dot. And that's all the way up the thing, because they're all using the same texture, or the same model with the same texture, UV coordinates and everything. So if I did this, it basically would glow here, then the top, the side, the bottom of that one, and then the side again. But they would all go in unison. So I don't know if it's going to look like it. We need almost a taller texture in the thing to start working with to get it to cycle slower.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a problem. What's up?
I had an idea. You know those crystals that have the XP are fully grown?
Mm-hmm.
Make it so if they're there for too long, it actually turns into a mob. It's like a parasite or something. And if it takes too long for someone to harvest...
Oh no, I've got a better one, Reaper. You're a genius, thank you.
I tried.
So, the XP stalkers.
Yeah.
If I can get this out so I can show you anyone
I was
that's
also going to
watching.
say, if the XP stalkers eats one of those, it makes it immune against...
Makes it immune against
Or a
what?
boss.
It makes it the boss is what I'm thinking.
That too.
We wanted a boss in this dimension, but I had no way of specifically trying to spawn it. Like, have the XP stalkers crave these, and if they get enough of them,
Like 10?
like if they get enough of these things, they mutate or something.
Or maybe if like 5 of them get one of those, they like combine and then they like fuse together and make a massive mob. You know what I'm saying?
What if they shoot XP like you thought about before? The XP stalkers shoot deadly XP orbs at you.
Hey, that can be part of the boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and also the boss can break torches, so it has all the minions come after you.
How many times you died?
No, that's fun.
Hmm.
It's like
Okay, this is a lot to do now, guys.
And if you want to be super mean, have it so he enables your flying, so if he like wraps you or something. That'd be super mean. Like,
He grabs you? What?
he like disables your flying.
No! Any enchanted armor, because it has XP into it, he takes it off of you. That would be mean. That would be
mean.
So
No.
mean, 'cause you'd lose your elytra and stuff. Because everybody has got their elytra enchanted with at least them breaking, probably mending. So we need to set this as a non-full block somewhere. What else is a non-full block in my mod? Fuel pump, I guess.
That's better, yeah.
Just grinding
Fuel
machines.
pump or
I don't know if I've necessarily set that for the fuel pump, but I should have. Is opaque block. Used to determine the ambient occlusion. No, that's not what we want. I think it's just is full block.
hmm.
I can't feel this sex area.
Is full.
I can't finish.
Tinkerbell was working on the conveyor belt that leads to the Enderman farm.
Yeah? Can't get off?
She kept hitting. Well, she kept hitting a spot where she couldn't figure out why the block would place. Then she stepped on top of it and it destroys itself. And she couldn't figure out why. Yeah, it's claimed by your group, not mine. So
Oh!
she's died at least 4 times in that single spot.
What? Reaper? Since I have the sign for the blows done, can you make some of the characters on stream are underground? What do you mean?
So those
underground?
little characters you have, like
Yeah.
our names. Can you make like a little map that looks like they're underground or below a stone? Or is that too much work?
Yeah, considering I didn't do any of the art for that, yeah. That's too much work.
Oh, I just assumed you did that little sidewalk. Never mind then.
Nope. That's the guy that's working on the game did that. I said, hey, you want to advertise your game on my stream? Go ahead, give me something to do it with, and I'll do it.
How do I change the characters?
Exclamation point extension. It's the easiest way.
Eagles already picked a slime, so you can't pick that one, Reaper. Sorry.
So there you go.
I'm a
That
friendly slime.
link that came up is what you want. Move override. Really? Is it? How? What the heck? It's not a full thing. Oh, it takes block state. There.
You can be the slime. You can be the friendly slime. I'll be the Black Widow.
Yeah, terminate.
You're the one that's going to die first. Got it.
That should force the blocks beside it to then render if it's beside it. We'll see. Eat eagle? What?
That's if you can find Eagle.
Yeah, where is eagle?
I
Oh,
haven't talked on YouTube for a while, so
that'll bring eagle back. It will, won't it?
You just had to, didn't you?
Uh-huh. I mean, it's like so easy to get a star right now because they're literally. Like, I don't know how you jump and not get one. There's so many. It still didn't work. It. What? How is that not working? Do I need to break it and place it again? Nope. Oh boy, maybe this was a mistake.
This would have been a bad idea.
Oh my gosh, the dings!
This might have been a bad idea. I'll text it.
My sound card's gonna crap itself. Try to play them all.
There you go, Eagle.
Whee!
Full. What the heck? What else have I got that's not a full block? Conduit. Conduit's not a full block. Not that conduit's specifically a well-made block at this point. What is this called? Is this used as...
Whee!
It says it's used as determine if it's ambient occlusion or not, but that determines the full block. Okay.
Reaper, quit farting, please.
In real life or in the little character?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, let's see if that works. Yeah, restart, please. So it looks like I'm going to be working on UV mapping and racking my brain on that. I might end up making 2 different textures for it to separate the pulses. If that makes any sense to anyone.
Yep.
That way I can pulse the first... How do I say this? Say if I pulse up through there, then don't pulse this one. Maybe I'll make 3.
Probably need 4 because
1,
the center
2,
has one
3,
top and
4,
bottom.
5. And
Or are
then...
you talking about columns pieces?
Well, hang on a sec. Let me see how many there are in this one.
Okay.
There's 5. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 there, but there's actually 1 hidden. So it would be 5 as well. And the top's gonna be 5 too. It has to be, right? 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yep.
5. So if I did it on only 5 textures, then none of these got found for some reason. That's interesting. That means open the wrong files. What it is. So if I did it only 1, that means there'd be 1 pulsing through the bottom, 1 pulsing through the middle, and 1 pulsing through the top if I did 5 different textures.
Yep.
Always. So it'd be 3 of them moving in the whole structure. I kind of would want it to be 1 through the whole structure. That means 15 different images.
I think the pulsating through the different stages is more what you're going for.
Yeah, I'll have to figure this out. I have to do some experimentation, I think. See if I can get enough space in the UV mapping to do it in 1. Okay, so now we've got it rendering right, so it's not making this block behind it transparent anymore. Good. Okay, that's probably going to be it.
You land on me, Reaper.
If you've enjoyed the stream, subscribe. If you want to see it again, If you just enjoyed it and don't care to ever see it again, at least leave a like. It helps me out. I never say that because I always forget. So there we go. Good night, everybody. Bye.
Bye.